Hey everyone, welcome to today's explainer. So, we are completely demystifying Claude today. And I mean, we're going way beyond that basic chat interface to unlock this massive suite of tools that frankly, most people don't even know exist. So definitely grab your mental notepad because we're going to cover a lot of ground and show you how to truly master this entire platform. Okay, let's dive into this. Seriously, just think about it for a second. What if your AI didn't just, spit out paragraphs of text, but actually took over your mouse and keyboard to literally complete your daily chores? I mean, that is exactly the kind of next level workflow automation we're looking at today. Just to keep things structured so we don't get totally overwhelmed by all these features, here's our syllabus for today's Levels of Mastery journey. First, we'll meet your new AI assistant. Then we'll tailor it specifically to you. After that, we'll explore visuals, code, and artifacts, look at automating your daily workflow, and finally, wrap up with how to make the switch.
All right, part 1. Meet your new AI assistant.
Now, what's really interesting here is how Anthropic breaks down its 3 distinct brains. You don't just use one single model for everything, right? So Claude Opus is your heavy lifter. It's power-hungry, it's got state-of-the-art logic, and it's perfect for intense coding or really in-depth tasks. Then you've got Claude Sonnet, which is your go-to for general writing, stuff like summarizing PDFs or drafting video scripts. And finally, for quick, everyday simple tasks, you want Claude Haiku, because it's just incredibly fast and efficient. Knowing exactly which brain to use, that's going to save you both time and credits. But hey, before you start typing away, let's actually look at how you feed information to these models. Because if you're typing out these massive novel-length prompts, you're probably losing your train of thought and breaking context, which just leads to low-quality outputs. Enter Whisper Flow. This is a voice prompting tool that literally bypasses clumsy typing altogether. You just speak your long, complex prompt out loud, giving it all your exact context and requirements in one fluid go. It understands exactly what you mean the first time around, which gives you the precise output you need without wasting your valuable credits on reprompting. Moving right along to part 2, tailoring Claude to you. Now that you've mastered the basics, let's look at how Claude builds things custom to your style. This perfectly demonstrates the absolute power of Claude projects. You can really think of this like a custom GPT. So you can feed a project, say, 6 months of your past scripts, emails, or reports. Claude reads the whole thing, understands your specific writing quirks, your tone, and the exact way you speak. And from then on, it generates responses in your exact style at scale. It totally saves you from having to paste in those same context instructions over and over again. And this customization builds even further with Claude connectors. Basically, these let your AI reach out into your other daily apps and operate them directly on your behalf. Just imagine connecting Claude to your Gmail, and every single morning it gives you insights on unread emails and even drafts your replies for you. Or maybe connecting it to Canva to generate presentations, Heijin for AI avatars, or Hixfield for video creation. You're executing complex tasks across entirely different platforms without ever having to leave the Claude interface. Now, for true customization, you absolutely need skills and plugins. A skill is essentially a markdown file, an MD file, that acts like a macro. It gives Claude a strict set of instructions, defining the exact steps, inputs, and outputs to execute a repetitive multi-step task, like building an infographic from scratch, for example. You can then group these skills into plugins. And honestly, the coolest part? You can use the skill creator skill to just literally tell Claude what you want a new skill to do, and it will actually write the underlying MD file for you to use or share. It's wild. All right, stepping up to the next level of mastery, section 3, visuals, code, and artifacts. And this brilliantly illustrates one of Claude's absolute best features, artifacts. Let's say you ask Claude to teach you the double slit experiment visually. Instead of just describing it in a wall of text, Claude actually writes code in the background and generates an interactive visual experience right there in the chat interface. I mean, it can build live dashboards, simple mobile games, or educational tools, and all of it executes natively while you're talking to it in real time. Then we have Claude Design, which is a recent and just incredibly powerful add-on. You can upload reference files, and it'll automatically organize the file structure and execute full visual interfaces in a matter of minutes. We are talking about creating Instagram carousels, mobile app mockups, presentations, logos, all outputted seamlessly and often as fully working HTML files.
But the absolute killer feature of Claude Design is the fact that you can export the design you just made directly into Canva. This is a real game changer because it completely eliminates that tedious process of endlessly reprompting the AI just to, change a font size or nudge an image. You just let Claude do the heavy lifting of the initial design structure and then import it right into Canva to fine-tune it yourself.
Now, if you want to get deeply technical, Claude Code is a dedicated environment for building full-fledged applications. You can use it right in the desktop app, as a VS Code extension where you're actually talking to it while it writes code, or directly in your command line interface. In fact, if you start a really complex app building task in the regular chat, Claude is actually smart enough to intelligently suggest moving it over to the dedicated Claude Code environment for a much better execution.
Okay, bringing us to the climax of our explainer, Section 4, automating your daily workflow.
Meet Claude Cowork. Now, this is a feature for paid subscribers using the Windows or Mac desktop app, and it acts as your ultimate menial taskmaster. It can reorganize your local files, review folders to extract data into PDFs, and even edit images. But its true power really unlocks when it connects with the Claude in Chrome browser extension. Suddenly, your desktop assistant can browse Amazon to compare products, it can schedule your LinkedIn posts, or even directly DM people who comment on your social media. It's basically an intern that never sleeps and never asks for coffee breaks. And this spills into pure automation with the Teach Claude feature. You can tell Claude in Chrome to literally watch your browser clicks. Say you have a workflow where you first read an email reply from accounts, second, copy the billing details, third, open your invoicing software, and fourth, generate the invoice. Well, Claude watches you do this manually just once. It learns the step-by-step process, and then it can automatically repeat that exact manual workflow on your behalf whenever you ask. How crazy is that?
You can even put these workflows on total autopilot using scheduled tasks. Consider this real-world timeline we have mapped out here. You can set Claude Cowork to trigger every single day at 10 a.m. It automatically opens Chrome to scrape the most viral AI tweets from your feed, turns those tweets into short video reel scripts using your custom style. And by 10:10 a.m., it saves those scripts as a PDF right to your desktop. This entire sequence happens completely hands-free while you're off focused on other things. And hey, if you're away from that desktop, you use Claude Dispatch. This is a super fascinating use case. It connects the Claude app on your phone to your open laptop back at home or at the office. So imagine you're out running errands and realize, oh no, I need to send a signed document. You just pull out your phone and tell Dispatch to find the signature image on your open laptop's desktop and email it to a specific contact. The phone app talks directly to Claude Cowork on your laptop, and the task is executed completely remotely without you ever touching your keyboard.
Finally, let's tackle that last friction point. Section 5, making the switch. So, the crucial point is this clever 3-step migration hack to overcome the switching cost. Step 1, you literally go into ChatGPT and prompt it to generate a summary of absolutely everything it knows about you. It's kind of like asking your ex to write your new dating profile. Step 2, just copy that massive text output. And step 3, head over to your Claude account settings and paste that entire block of text straight into the context field. The payoff here is completely immediate. This simple trick perfectly resolves the ChatGPT elephant in the room. Suddenly, Claude instantly has all the context you spent months and months building up in your old AI account. It knows exactly who you are, it knows your exact preferences, and it can start delivering tailor-made responses immediately without any of that tedious onboarding process. But real quick, before you rush off to set up all your new autonomous workflows, I need to remind you of the number 2. There are 2 separate usage limits you really need to watch out for in your billing settings. There's one usage bar specifically for Claude Design and a totally separate one for regular Claude usage. Now, these run out pretty quickly when you're doing intensive tasks, though they do reset every few hours. Just keep a close eye on them so you don't end up stuck right in the middle of an urgent automated task. Which